the people in the band, are they still the same guys? The guys I know?
Yeah, my band's the same,
Yeah.
so you'll recognize
I remember them.
a few of them, absolutely. About the time that we first met, my bass player had a baby, so he left the band, and we got a new bass player. And in fact, as long, we've kept the same new guy, but my old bass player is back in the band now, playing different instruments. So there are now 6 of us, and we're such a tight-knit little family on the road. As I say, we've travelled literally everywhere in a tour bus together, and yeah, you'll recognise them.
Oh, that's cool. They're so funny. I had so much fun with them. I remember that one night we were at Awerk in Berlin or something.
Yeah.
I think they were all drunk. I think they were drunk before they got there.
Yeah. We've got to smooth our way through around the world somehow. So we definitely have fun in each city when we can.
So if you think back or look back at the past 5 years and what has happened ever since, is there anything you would have done differently now looking back?
Yeah, I think I've done a lot of reflection, and I think the reflection about what has happened, I really collected all of those thoughts in the last album, in All the Lost Souls, and that's why, we had the innocence of Back to Bedlam. All the Lost Souls was a kind of more reflective album for myself, which I really needed to.
It was kind of an angry album.
In many ways, yeah, it was. It was definitely reactionary to a new world. But this is a really fresh start now. This is Some Kind of Trouble is a totally separate album. It's much more optimistic, upbeat, up-tempo as well with many of the songs. And yeah, it's a really fun album. It's someone that I'm really excited about. I went and played it to my band, and they all started jumping up and down saying, you know what, we're going to have an amazing time playing this live.
Talking about the baby, whose baby is that on the cover?
The story of getting the cover is a really good one, in that one of my close friends sent me pictures of his son, who's my godson, and he was throwing his son up in the air, and I said, this looks amazing for my album cover, but the child was facing the wrong way, and so I tried to get some more pictures, and they weren't quite right, and I said, okay, I'm firing my godson, he's not good enough. And I went on online, I tapped into Google, I put in baby throw, and I got loads of babies being sick. Then, and the first one of any child being thrown in the air was the picture that is on my cover. And I emailed the guy and I said, hey, I'm an English singer-songwriter called James Blunt, and can I possibly use this picture for my album cover? I think it's amazing. And he wrote back saying, don't lie, of course you're not the singer-songwriter. And so I really had to push and said, no, but please, can I borrow this? Can I have this picture? I'll buy it off you. And he wrote back saying, man, I really like what you do, and it'd be a huge pleasure for you to use this picture. His wife took the picture on her iPhone. It's his hands that you can see as the baby disappears up in the sky.
It's going to be like the Nirvana 2 baby.
Perhaps so, but it's been it's a really exciting shot. And for me, the album cover really captures the sound of the album. It's a sense of freedom and innocence. And you don't know, it's light, and you don't know whether the baby will be caught safely, you hope so, or whether she'll fly away.
Cool. I'm very excited about the album. There's also a Michael Jackson reference on that song, Billie Jean.
Yeah,
Billie Jean, or was that on purpose, or?
Well, no, just really happened? Nothing to do with the fact that he's recently died. Actually, it's just the fact that he's totally pervaded. His music has permeated through culture, hasn't it? And so if you do go out, and I said, sing any song that you can remember of, any artist in the world, many people would hit on Michael Jackson, and so that's, it's the story of us having a party in California and enjoying ourselves, and if we were to sing a song, yeah, Billie Jean would be one of them. There's also a reference in there from a Bob Marley line, like the song on my radio said, we'll share the shelter of my single bed. Yeah, that was my first song I've ever written with Bob Marley. That was unexpected. And next year, hopefully, I'm going to write with Jimi Hendrix. So cool. We'll cover all bases.
Cool. So if you think back or look back at the past 5 years and what has happened ever since, is there anything you would have done differently now looking back?
I think musically, no. I really love the albums that I've done, and I've only released them when they're ready to come out. So musically, absolutely not. Along the way, I go out on tour, and I've toured as many places as I possibly can. And as a touring artist, no, we felt that we couldn't have done any more concerts, so I wouldn't have done any of that differently. I also then have to deal with media and journalists, and have I got a few things wrong there? Absolutely, almost every single second that I had dealt with them. And would I change things? I wouldn't know how, but I would probably try.